What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video, my gosh, this team is so good. Now, I cannot take credit for this. Jimma Banks and Dragonless, I saw a post on X or Twitter about this team, so shout out to them. I gave it a try, and oh my gosh, it was just so good. 5-0s, 5-0s, 4-1s, like this team was pumping. And it is because of Crocalor, Incinerate, Crunch, and Disarming Voice. You might not think that's great, but trust me, it is. And Togetic as well is so good in this meta. Now, I have a dedicated Togetic video that was supposed to come out today, but I've changed it to come out tomorrow because this team is just like insane. And obviously, if I find a really good team, I just want to show you guys because it's just so much fun. So I hope you guys enjoy. Shout out to Jimma Banks and Dragonless. I'll have a link down to their channels down in the description. And let's go and get right into it. All right, getting into the first battle. Vigoroth on the lead versus Chargebug here. Chargebug, a decent Pokemon to be facing off against with this team, and that is because of Rock Slide, Ancient Power, and Incinerate just chunks through it. So we're going to go ahead and no shield here on the lead. It is going to be X-Scissor, and then we're going to look to go for Rock Slide. What I really like doing is trying to set my teams up with shield advantage if I can early. But we do get a no shield there, so I'm going to swap in to get free fast move damage. And they swap in a Dusclops. And this, guys, Incinerate, Crunch, and Disarming Voice. I am telling you right now, Crocalor pops off today. Togetic as well does very good for us. We're going to go ahead and shield right here. I don't want to get hit with a return, but it is going to be an Ice Punch shield bait. So now we're going to look to go for one more Crunch. This is what's so cool about Crocalor too, is it's kind of bulky. It's not a very glass cannon-y type of Pokemon. It is raw bulk. We're going to go ahead and give it 2 shields, commit to the farm down, take switch advantage, and have tons of energy, as it's going to be Poltergeist right there. Sorry, not return earlier. You guys might have already made a comment about that. Yeah. Now, there is a Crocalor on the other side, so hats off to my opponent for seeing the power of this Pokemon as well. As we get a defense drop there with Crunch, we're going to go ahead and throw another one here. This just does so much damage. And again, Togetic, I think a lot of people are sleeping on its potential. I used it over the weekend. I was going to have a video dedicated to Togetic today, which you guys will see tomorrow. It's a more Togetic focused team. But this one, Crocalor, is just way too good. So we're going to let the X-Scissor, we're just going to sack the Vigoroth basically, come in with Togetic here, get a fast move down, and then we should be able to get to an Ancient Power to KO the Crocalor. So that is going to be a good game, very well played. Crocalor is low enough here where Ancient Power is going to be enough to KO. Boom, down it goes. All right, moving to the next one. Vigoroth versus Vigoroth here on the lead. And for anyone's reference, I know a lot of people maybe care about rating where I'm at in ELO. This is done in the 2600s. I went from like 25, like mid 2500s to 2600s with this team. And after this video, after recording this video, to be completely honest, I'm probably going to do some more sets with it. So we're going to go ahead and let the Poison Fang go through. We got a shield there with the Body Slam shield bait. So now we're going to go ahead and shield this next Poison Fang so we can go for a Rock Slide. But I decide instead to go for double Body Slam. And then I'm looking to, well, I mean, if we get a shield here, that would be fantastic. But they decided to no shield, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the second one. If they decided to shield, I might have swapped out. But this is still a good scenario for us anyways. It's going to be the ones. We're going to swap out into Crocalor right away as a Vigoroth does come in. Crocalor can do well basically against this whole meta. Even Shadow Dragonair, guys, it's got Disarming Voice. I'm telling you, when this thing gets rolling, it is hard to stop. We get a defense drop there as well, so things are looking good. Rock Slide is a tough move to be looking out for, so I'm going to go ahead and shield. It is going to be the Rock Slide, and now they decide to swap out into Togetic, so we have Disarming Voice. And this is just beautiful, everyone. Crocalor just, it is cooking this Evolution Cup meta. That's just all I gotta say about that. I have seen the light I have experienced the power of Crocalor. Ancient Power, not enough to KO us. We do get to another Disarming Voice in time. This hopefully gets the final shield from my opponent, which it does, and now we can come in with Togetic. I was hoping to get an extra fast move worth of damage there, but unfortunately not able to. Now, what's good about this matchup in the Togetic mirrors and Ancient Power, you need like 2.5. Right? Ancient Power is just not enough on its own. 2 is not enough. You need that added fast move damage in order to take it down. So what you guys are going to see is Togetic actually hanging on right here. They decide to swap into Vigoroth, so I was counter swapping, anticipating a Body Slam throw to try to catch the charge move, but we take the Aerial Ace charge attack priority right there, and now we should be able to get to another one in time. Telling you guys, Togetic, do not sleep on it. Just because there is a Shadow Golbat in this meta, Togetic's Ancient Power does like 60% of Golbat's health, which tomorrow's video highlights it more. Good battle right there. Alright, next one, Celio. Very good lead, obviously, and what you guys are going to see is Crocalor versus Chargebug. This is just too good. Look at that. 3 Incinerates, already down low. We're going for a crunch as well. I don't know if this is going to be enough to KO. I imagine not, but we get a shield regardless, and this is now just beautiful. I do need to watch out for 2 Discharge. You guys are going to see the bulk here. Discharge, not enough to KO. Crocalor has a good amount of bulk. We're going to go ahead and shield this one to maintain switch advantage, and now we can just do so much damage. And mind you, the Celio in the back, which is going to be coming back in, is doing Powder Snows. Crocalor is a pure fire type, so these Powder Snows are not going to be enough damage to take us down quick enough where we're getting to another crunch. What I'm going to do is fast swap here into Vigoroth as well to try to counter down before they can react, and we do. So we basically, I think that counter might KO it now. They do get the charge move off, which is okay. But yeah, the Celio's gone now. Shadow Golbat is coming in. This is going to be a good game. We can easily go for basically double Rock Slide in order to win this one. Or we can win it with the Togetic. So they decide to surrender right there. So good battle. Alright, moving to the next one. Vigoroth versus Piloswine. Very good lead for me. The opponent has to adjust. They bring in a Hakamo'o, and guys, Hakamo'o right here is not going to like Togetic. What you guys are going to see is the most one-sided farm down from spicy Pokemon that you have ever seen in your life. This is almost as bad as Bastiodon into Skarmory. Just the level of disrespect from defensiveness that I have here to be no-shielding every single charge move, and I'm farming down with Fairy Wind. It's not that hard-hitting of a fast move, but Hakamo'o, right, as fun and unique and dominant as it can be in this meta, it is a dragon fighting, and it does not like Togetic. So we get the full farm down right there. We are maxed out on energy, and Togetic is about to destroy Piloswine. Ancient Powers right here do just enough damage where when they start to add up, it is threatening. And as you guys can see, I'm going to be able to get to 3 comfortably. And if I get a boost as well, it's a wrap. So you guys are seeing just how deadly Togetic can be in this meta. Here comes another one. This Piloswine is not liking its day at the office here. We're going to counter swap back into Vigoroth. I go for the Body Slam, but they swap into Chargebug. So that was a good catch by them. I actually did 1 counter. But ultimately, it's all over. Chargebug is going to get deleted by Crocalor here. And this was basically a triple hard counter that I had for their team, unfortunately. They don't know it yet, but obviously I do. I'm going to go ahead and no shield. We're bringing in the Crocalor to finish this one off because Incinerate is just way, way too good of a fast move nowadays in a situation where it can farm down the Pokemon it's supposed to target, and then these charge moves on the back end just hit so hard. We can also no shield, right? How we lose this game, actually we don't. We still have 2 shields remaining. How we would lose, let's say I had 1 shield in that scenario. How we would lose this game is if I shielded the Discharge but didn't save a shield for Stone Edge. Does that make sense? So it was the 2-0s anyway, so it was all over for them. Good battle to my opponent, but just in a let's learn from this in the future. If you have 1 shield in that scenario, calculate what is the hardest hitting move left in the game. Alright, next up we have Vigoroth Mirror Fight here. This can get a little crazy on the lead because both trainers here are obviously going to be doing basically the same damage to each other, and it's going to come down to the charge attack priority on Body Slam number 2, just because of how this plays out. So we're going to go ahead and go for it, but they swap into Shadow Dragonair, which is fine, right? They caught me off guard. They saved their Vigoroth with some energy. But Togetic right here, happy to face off against the Shadow Dragonair. This is a very comfortable position to be in. Dragon Breath does very minimal damage. Body Slam is something you do have to respect. Maybe not on the first one, but on the second one. So we're going to go ahead and no shield. You guys can see that damage, totally fine. And now this next one is where it's a bit deadly, but I'm actually going to let it go. I am going to try and trust in Crocalor to win this game for me. I'm hoping there's Charge Bug in the back. I have seen these 3 paired together so commonly, but let's find out. It's going to be Vigoroth coming in. Obviously, it had energy, so we're going to go ahead and shield, and then we are going to try our best to fast move down this Vigoroth. We get it. We squeak by. We get it. What is in the back? It's a Hakamoto! Watch your earbuds, everyone! We have a double disarming voice, dragon, and fighting typing. Here it comes! I did 1 extra fast move there on accident, but that's okay, because the buildup is too good! Oh, it's so good. Boom! See ya! Woo! Crocalor, everyone. Crocalor is the meta now. Alright. Moving to the next one, Vigoroth versus Vigoroth once again. You guys saw what happened before. Basically, we're going to try to do the same thing. We're going to look to go for the double body slam spam. I usually always let my opponents go first because I want this to come down to charge attack priority in the end, and I don't want... I want them to feel forced to throw. Does that make sense? So we're going to go ahead and look to go for Body Slam here, but we actually win the charge attack priority, which is pretty good because now we get to see if we can have really nice alignment based on what they have in the back. So let's see what decides to come in. It is going to be Charge Bug. All right. Crocalor, do your thing. Look at this Incinerate damage. See ya. And it's going to be a Shadow Dragonair in the back, so we're going to bring in the Togetic. And that's what I mean. I have seen this team multiple times where that team read I had at the end, it was Hakamoto, but I was reading Charge Bug. Same difference, right? It still got destroyed by the disarming voice, but Ancient Power here going to do quite a bit of damage. And then this is actually going to come down to the wire right here because I'm going to no shield this charge move. And then I'm going to try to do 1 Fairy Wind, but I don't get it. So now I come in with Crocalor. I do get an extra Incinerate, which is fine. And now we're against Charge Bug. And what I should be doing in this scenario is purely fast moves. I think that is the play here, but I decide to go for crunches. I need 3 total in order to win this game. And I think Crocalor might just have a little bit more attack. Then, yeah, as you guys can see, if I just went straight Incinerates, I think we win. But they could have also denied me, potentially. So we're going to go for the back-to-back here, as now this is going to be charge attack priority on both trainers. And 1 crunch gets the shield, and now this next one, we take the W. So that is going to be a good game, very well played. Crocalor putting in absolute work today. Boom. See ya. All right, getting into the next battle, we have Togetic on the lead here. Not too bad of a lead. We can put early pressure down with Rock Slide and Body Slam. I'm more curious about what they have in the back and if I need to potentially keep Vigoroth alive. Obviously, a big fear of mine is the Alolan Graveler potentially on team. So we're going to go ahead and build up to double Body Slam and look to go for the first one here. This might just get a shield from our opponent. which it does. Beautiful. So now we're free to go for Rock Slide. This is a free opportunity for Vigoroth to safely no-shield an Ancient Power or an Aerial Ace. Go for the Rock Slide here, and then we're going to have to look to swap into Crocalor in order to get ahead on energy and save. We get 2 shields as well. So now Crocalor is just going to be unleashed, everyone. And this thing gets dangerous if you have no shields, and this thing's got 2 shields. You better hope you have an Alolan Graveler on your team, otherwise it is over. There's a Charjabug in the back, and I'm just like, oh man, this is their best option coming in. Their best option is a Charjabug, so this is obviously huge. We get the defensive drop as well. I'm gonna go ahead and shield because I'm just gonna keep all the health that I can, and I am going to cook this team. Now let's see what's gonna be coming in. It is going to be, it's probably going to be the Togetic once again, but we do have Disarming Voice, so we're going to go ahead and go for that. It is Togetic. This is going to be one-shotting the Togetic, and then we get to see what the final Pokemon in the back is. Oh, it almost one-shots. We don't, almost one-shots. We're going to get hit with an Ancient Power right here, unfortunately. But thankfully, we are able to survive, and the final Pokemon was Dragonair. So, Crocalor, obviously, putting in the work that is needed. So much super effective damage. We counter swap into Togetic, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. All right, moving to the next one. Vigoroth versus Shadow Dragonair. Pretty good lead because we control the pacing here. Body Slam is the fastest. Vigoroth getting to Body Slam is faster than the Shadow Dragonair getting to a charge move. So we control the shields as well because they're going to have to shield first in order to stay in this matchup. Now we can give up 1 shield here and look to go for taking Switch or look to go for the 1-0 shields depending. So we're going to go ahead and go for Body Slam, but they make a swap into Golbat. So this is kind of a tough situation. Golbat is a decent Pokemon to catch that Body Slam here. But thankfully we get to 1 in time ourselves, but they win Charge Attack priority, which is fine. So, well, obviously what we're going to do here is we're going to bring in the Crocalor. We're going to look to incinerate down the Shadow Golbat and absolutely shred. It's not going to have enough time to get to Shadow Ball. So this is just going to be a Poison Fang. We can easily let this go. And then we're going to have a Disarming Voice and a Crunch ready to go. Let's see what's going to come in. It is going to be probably the Dragonair. If I was a betting man, yeah, it is going to be the Dragonair. So we're going to throw that Disarming Voice. We are debuffed now in terms of defenses, so we're going to swap out into Togetic, get ahead on energy, and they're going to swap in a Charjabug. Now, a lot of you are probably saying Charjabug is such a good answer to Togetic. Shush. Ancient Power, everyone, in the right shielding scenarios. Look at that damage. It does not matter. Look, we get to another one here in time. Now I basically get to choose how I want to win this game. Do I want to win it with Togetic and taking out the Dragonair, or do I want to win it with Crocalor? So I'm going to go ahead and try to win it with Crocalor, but they went for X-Scissor. So we win that no shield right there. And then the Dragonair is going to go down to an Aerial Ace, and that is going to be a good game, very well played. This team, I'm telling you guys, was so much fun to use. Crocalor was so refreshing in this meta. It is absolutely dominant. There is still enough time left where you guys could get some use out of it, and I hope you guys do. All right, Zweilos here on a lead. Very good lead here for me. They swap out into a Dusclops, and I stay in. Crocalor should be coming in right away. Okay, that's what you guys need to do. I got a bit caught in the, oh no, I didn't swap in fast enough, so now I gotta stay in kind of thing. So now that I'm stuck in this matchup, it doesn't matter because I still have Togetic for Zweilos. What I'm going to look to do is soak this return and then swap into Crocalor now and look to fast move down if I can. I should be shielding this charge move right here because it could be another return, but I decided to risk it and no shield, and it is another return. So that's way too much damage. I have to give up a shield anyways to maintain switch, which is why I said I probably should have shielded that first one because I could have had a lot more health. Now, we stop the Ice Punch here to maintain switch advantage. I have double Disarming Voice ready to go, and Zweilos is going to be coming back in. Here we go. Dark Dragon. Fairy charge move. Booms incoming. You love to see it. Boom! Boom! Nearly one-shots right there. We go for the second one. They know that they cannot shield this right here. They are way too low, so they're going to let it go. Final Pokemon is going to be a Haunter. We get an Incinerate through. Okay. Togetic right here. This is the toss-up. Togetic needs to come in, and I need to put some damage down with double Aerial Ace. That's what I'm hoping to do, because if I do that, then the Vigoroth Rock Slide will be able to KO. So we go for the first Aerial Ace, but they just let it go. I think ultimately they knew that it was basically game over, because Ice Punch is not enough to KO. So I swap into Vigoroth here, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Yep, Crocalor. A lot of fun. All right, I think that was the final one. That was the final battle. So you guys can see, 2,500. This was just a recording after one of the sets. Got a ton of a ton of Stardust. It is 4 times still, and we got into the 2,600s. And again, I'm recording this video, and I have more sets I could do today. I'm probably gonna go back and do this team more, because it's just that much fun. So, hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give Crocalor a try, and like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.